I've sold drugs, I've robbed people. I actually been convicted of aggravated manslaughter, um, possession of weapons, multiple drug convictions. Well, I work for the city, the sanitation department. I'm a refuse collector in which I collect garbage and just try to keep our city clean.
So, how old were you the first time that you were incarcerated?
I was 18 years old. Well, actually, when I first was incarcerated, it was as a juvenile at the age of 12 years old. And that's when I had the aggravated manslaughter. And
What happened?
well, I was a young guy, and I grew up in the projects down Dayton Street here in Newark, and you know, it was I had access to weapons and things like that because the people that I knew, and what I did, I grabbed the gun and accidentally shot someone, and I killed him.
How did your understanding of death change after he died? I mean, did it seem real to you that you could kill someone before it actually happened?
Well, actually, it really didn't settle in until I got behind the bars and I was able to sit down within myself and say, wow, I really did this. I really made a decision to hurt somebody and take somebody away from their family, and now, which leaves me from being away from my family.
What is it like in this kind of economy when so many people are struggling to have a job, to know that you have a job that is steady, that's going to bring a paycheck to the table, legal, all those things?
Well, financial security is definitely a blessing, especially with the economy as it is today. It's given me hope. It really gives me a sense of hope just to know that I could wake up every morning and I have a purpose. I have a purpose, and I'm able to provide for my family and not be away, not doing things in which would send me away from them again. Well, my son, he's the oldest. His name is Deron. Actually, he lives in Pennsylvania with his grandmother right now, and he's 13. He's a great kid. I love his smile. My daughter, Farai McNair, she's 11 years old, and she's our genius. She actually been accepted to be a foreign exchange student, so she's going to Europe next year, and I'm very proud of her. And then we have Farai, that's the baby boy, and I love his ability to express himself. He never holds back. He expresses himself. He's only 6 years old, and he won't hold back. He'll tell you how you feel. He's very verbal, and I love that about him. And I actually have a child on the way. My fiance is 5.5 months pregnant, so I'm expecting. I guess. Thanks. Thanks. That's very expensive. It is very expensive to bring another child in this world. Look at this D.
My picture.
All right, just wait a second. Now, you could have did this a little neater.
How did you get to that point in your life now? Is there a turning point, a person who stepped in? Was it yourself, religious study? I mean, was there some moment where you said, I got to change?
It was a combination of a lot of things. At one point, I've did multiple incarcerations. I was arrested on multiple occasions, and I went back. I was a statistic in the recidivism rate, and I didn't realize I would use my children and say, well, I'm gonna do it for my children, when actually I have to do it for myself first.
Dr. King co-pastored with his father at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia.
Where do you see yourself in a year, 5 years from now?
Well, I have set some short-term and long-term goals for myself. Within a year, I want to maintain employment That's definitely a guarantee. Maintain employment, and I really just want to build that relationship back up with my children, spend as much time as I can with them. Within 3 years, I believe that I can actually maybe even put a down payment on a house or something like that, you know, get me a house, you know, things that I could have done, you know, or I may have should have done. But this is the great opportunity. I have a good job, and this is time to do what life is supposed to be about. You know, that's really what life's supposed to be about.